Okay, welcome back to Horizon Zero Dawn. This is part number 21. Whoop. We got a Corrupted Watcher already. We're going to see if we can call him over and take him out. So, we're on the main quest, Maker's End. And we're already here. We just spent half an hour or so.
Acting as guards. The Eclipse and corrupted machines. Cooperating.
Taking out the corrupted zone that was in this area right over here. I think I died about 30 times or whatever, and it was, you know, pretty brutal. No matter how we look at it, it was, it was rough. So, we're gonna have a bit more.
Just like you said.
Things to kill. We're gonna lure this guy over here best we can. And
Forged dirt delvers made off with any witches long ago, but not the ancients buried in the ground.
Sorry, we didn't let him finish with his thought. And we're gonna have some more stuff to fight here, as you can see. There's corrupted watchers, there's Eclipse cultists. So we're gonna play this as safe as we can. We can't lure anyone to that grass. But we can lure to this grass. Now, obviously, visually we're sticking out, but our icon shows that
down over here. Doesn't look good.
That we are hidden. So that will work.
Not sure what that was.
Call this other guy over. He spotted the corpse, of course. We knew that was going to happen. And the question is he going to get close enough for us to silent strike him? He is not. Clearly. And he sort of alerted the others, but none of them are actually moving over here. So we're going to wait this one out and then call him back over because he won't alert on that corpse again. And then we'll stab him and then we'll move on and see about taking out the rest of these guys.
Gotta relax.
Yeah, come here, buddy. Okay, we're full on health potions. Now, how are we going to go about the rest of this? These guys are up and moving around now. We can't lure call him. And I don't see any more grass to hide in past this. So we can try shooting them. That was a headshot, but it didn't kill him. But that's okay. We got another one.
I'm not here.
One of them heard it, but the other ones didn't. That corrupted watcher stays pretty far away, thankfully. So now, whoop. The question is, where do we go from here, and how do we go about continuing this?
Off you go.
So I really don't want to get into another fight like the last one. where I just die repeatedly. Okay, here's some grass. This is good. We'll just... I was going to say patiently wait for this guy to come over here, but his path doesn't take him here. So we're just going to call him over. See if we can get him in the grass so his corpse doesn't get discovered. I think we might have been mildly successful in that regard. So next up, we're going to pull this watcher over. Potentially, anyways. Yeah, we'll call him over. We should have this taken care of before the other guy gets here.
These dig sites, they're massive.
Okay. And actually, I think he's stuck on something. So... now this guy's gonna come over. Now I don't want to shoot him with my bow. Okay, he's leaving.
Picking up ancients. All hard work, no danger. Almost makes me miss them.
So that went pretty well. This is going better than that last corrupted zone did anyways, that's for sure. So let's see if we can get up to this grass without getting spotted. Okay, he did see us a little bit.
Gotta get the demons raised before the ground freezes again.
Oh no!
Goodbye, quiet approach.
Yeah. I have the wrong arrow selected. And I really can't see, thanks to this corrupted watcher blinding me. And now I'm getting stuck on stuff. But this is okay. I can handle one corrupted watcher on its own. Thankfully. Anyways. Okay, now we're gonna take a quick look around for supply crates, and I think there might even be a guy we didn't loot over on this thing. And there's a supply crate by his corpse as well. Nothing spectacular, but a little bit of shart. Oh, and some rats.
Scrabbling a bit.
Where'd the other one go? I lost him. Oh, there he is. Sorry. Now, I don't actually need rat pieces for anything in particular. But there's a lot more crafting that a lot more weapons that we haven't done anything with yet, or haven't obtained yet, so we don't even know what we're gonna need for crafting that stuff. And I'm curious, because I know I got the rope caster, it's turkey skin. Okay, there's not gonna be any turkeys here or any of that other stuff, so that's okay.
All
So
these ruins.
this
What
guy...
do the old ones do here?
I'm gonna stab. We couldn't see his path. I don't think he had too much of one. Okay, we have a corruptor. Some corrupted watchers. A bunch more cultists. Now, I really want to play this safe because I don't want to... That guy almost saw me, but he didn't. But I don't want to have to fight
All right.
the Corruptor and all this other stuff all at the same time. Now, if this Watcher gets over anywhere near me,
Fascinating, if they weren't looking for me.
it'll be a great place to take him out. But even if he doesn't, we can just wait for him to give up and then call him over. And then take him out. And the Watchers are really the... other than the Corruptor itself, the Watchers are really the thing that are going to cause me the most problems. The men hurt, and I definitely don't want to fight them along with everything else alongside the Corruptor, but
The snow's got a bite out here.
I would rather... Oh, he's too far away. Yeah. Let's see. We're gonna take it slow, try not to make any noise, and hope that just no one's really looking at us. Okay, that worked. We were spotted a little bit here.
I know you're out there.
He spotted me. Okay, I don't know how I missed both of them. Ow.
Corruptor.
Oh, the Corruptor's here. Oh boy. Okay. I'm leaving now and running away. Because this is getting to be a bit much. Oh. Okay. So that wasn't great, but it worked out. We have one corrupted Watcher, looks like 5 guys or so, and the Corruptor itself. The Watcher gave up, which is good. Means we can kill this guy real quick. The Corruptor's given up on us as well. And so have the rest of the men. Yeah. We got a full health potion. That's good. We're gonna come back up here and loot this guy, because if we don't do it now, we'll absolutely forget later. Okay.
Stay alert.
With them fighting at our side, Meridian will be ours once more.
That worked out. This is getting scary. This is definitely getting scary. But we're handling it.
Someone here?
I won't lie and say it's going good.
have they been uncovering here?
But it's going. What am I stuck on? There we go. There we go. Okay. Now, all we have left is the corruptor. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay down some firewires for him. Now, I don't know if he's bugged or if that's what he's supposed to be doing. I don't actually think that's what he's supposed to... Okay, there he goes. Okay, there's his track. He just kind of goes back and forth between those two spots, basically. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for him to move. Or we're... Yep. And then while he's not there, we're going to lay down some firewires and try to set him on fire. Because he's weak to fire. Okay, he knows we're here. Now we're gonna just kind of pump some arrows into his weak points. Ow. Move over to my health potions, because I have a bunch of them. Ow. Ow. Now he's pretty hurt. But also, I still don't want to die. Okay, that was a great hit. That was a great double shot. Crap. And he's dead. Took a lot of blaze. And we really didn't get too much out of him, unfortunately. But that's okay. So let's check around for supply crates and things like that again. Now, we could have came up here. And I'm sad now that I didn't realize we could have came up there initially. That probably would have made this all a lot easier. That's 12 blaze. That doesn't completely replace everything that we just used, but hey, I'll take it at this point. And we can always... I'll probably do a supplemental episode in the relatively near future where we can do some extra farming and stuff. Alrighty. Now we can get into the actual ruins themselves. If you remember in the last episode, we saw it from outside. Or saw it from what it looked like in the past. And it was definitely a skyscraper. Now, it sounds like there's a lot of stuff going on over here that we don't really want anything to do with. But we're heading in that direction. And, yeah, we don't really have much of a choice, unfortunately. So we're gonna be sneaky, Aloy.
Another explosion.
Rotate turret! And fire! All weapons operational. Time to get it moving, and be quick about it. No daydreaming.
Soon this demon will be up and running. Another.
So this is the Deathbringer. Its body is weak to fire and shock. It has a repeater cannon turret. Cooling rods, which are weak to everything, and we can hit them to cause a lot of damage. Same thing with the core. This component is exposed and the machine overheats. Hitting it when exposed causes massive damage. It has 2 flamethrowers. Grenade launcher. Heat vents. Another gun. A swarm launcher on its top. Stabilizers off to the side on its legs. And a heavy cannon turret.
Has to be one of the Deathbringers
Yeah.
we talked about. I'll never get into that tower. Unless I destroy that thing first.
So we're gonna do what we can. And start luring enemies in, because this has a lot of grass. So we can get the enemies in the grass, silent strike them without anybody noticing. Like so. And now even when we call more of these things over, they're not going to see the corpse. So we're going to take it easy. We're going to take it slow. This Deathbringer has a lot of guns. And it's still ultra hard. That guy is far too busy to do anything but sit right where he is. Which is honestly not a bad thing. It would be better if I could just lure him over and kill him, but it means he's not going to turn around and see me when I come over here to kill this guy.
Who's there?
So we can lure this guy down. No, we can't. Alright, well, hopefully this one-shots him. Okay, it did. Now, I'm not overly concerned about being spotted over here between my stealth armor and the fact that we're pretty far away. There's nothing else to loot over here either, so we can just head back.
Snow haze.
Now this guy's a patrol, so he should come over to us.
Focus. It stopped working.
I've disabled his focus. The rest is up to you.
I'll handle it. Steam's blasting out. I wonder if those are weak points.
Okay, this guy saw the corpse.
Killings. Look.
Now he's an officer. Oh, there's someone else over there that I didn't see before. Now, this guy's an officer, so I know I'm not going to be able to kill him with one headshot. But no one else will see this. That guy gave up, so now we can call him over. And we still, other than this guy we're about to shoot, or stab, we still have a corrupted watcher and another cultist guy. Before we can take on this Deathbringer. Fortunately, there's a back way to here. Well, that guy's right above us, but by the time we can call this watcher over, he won't be looking. He better not be anyways. Oh, he didn't come over as far as I hoped he would. Maybe he saw the corpse? I'm not sure.
They're heading back.
I thought he was turning around. He wasn't. Come on, buddy. There we go. He was being a bit difficult.
Bad day for one of us.
Okay. Well, the Deathbringer saw that. Fortunately, this Deathbringer can't move. That's pretty much the one thing we have going for us right now. Now, he did hit us a little bit with his gun on the right. So, what we're going to do, we're going to try to remove the gun on the right so we can safely hit. Okay, or it's just dead now. Also good.
Those things pack a punch.
Hold on. That's cutscene thing.
That eclipse
Activates like a
officer had
cutscene
focus.
thing, and I want to loot.
Let's see what's on it.
I threw that guy's corpse down here. I don't see it. I'm pretty confident I didn't loot it. Well, let's see what the Deathbringer had. Resist shock weave, corruption coil, and a pretty decent tear coil. And that Deathbringer lens, a rat died over here at some point. The Deathbringer lens we don't actually need for anything, but it'll sell. We'll sell for some shards for sure. Supply crate that I completely missed. And now we can check this out.
Let's see what you have to say. What is this?
The entity lives. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
What the hell was that? Hades? Hey! Mysterious stranger, did you see that? No answer, huh? Figures. Things just keep getting stranger. I need to find a way inside the tower.
I'm the entity.
It's tight,
If there is any confusion.
Hold for identiscan.
one of these again.
Genetic profile confirmed. Entry authorized. Greetings, Dr. Sobek. Please step inside.
Dr. Sobek, you are 510 days overdue for your meeting with Mr. Farrell. Please proceed to the 35th floor.
Wait. 350,000. That's hundreds of years ago. What's going on?
I'm pulling out my calculator because I'm curious. 355,000 divided by 365, about 972 years ago. Now, she did ask us to go to the 35th floor, but our only real direction we can head in right now is down. And I'm glad that ended up being the case. Now, since this is a ruin of the old ones, there's a lot of data points and what have you. So
The protocols use polyphasic entangled waveforms, quantum encryption, black quartz stuff, way beyond military grade. That's what you demanded. So that's what we delivered.
You don't code something you can't crack. All we need is a backdoor. Upload the latest service pack update and the problem goes away.
You specifically forbade us from leaving anything resembling a backdoor in code. Every protocol to Black Quartz standard. Your words. Look, if you need me to fudge some projections, it's nothing we haven't done before.
I don't need fudged projections. I need a way to reassert control over the Heart's Timor swarm.
I don't know what to tell you, Ted. You're asking the impossible.
So, codes. They needed codes of some kind to control the machines. But they got out of control. Sounds bad.
And so we are going to be, as this is a story playthrough on top of a challenge playthrough, we're going to be listening to all these as well. Hopefully I don't miss any. If I do, I'll come back and get them in a supplemental episode. But I'm going to take my time and do my best to I think that's where we came in at, and then that's where that data point was. So over here. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to do my best to find them all. We're going to take our time. We're going to move this through this slowly. The old ones are definitely more interesting than, like, the Nora or the Karja. So and hey, I'll take all these resources as well. Good thing the old ones use Blaze just as much as I do.
A death or a statue of one, anyway. A machine built to kill. And they honored it?
Welcome to Faro Automated Solutions, where all the problems of tomorrow are being solved today. With over 25,000 human employees based in nations and corporate holdings across the globe, Faro leads the world in every sector of self-sustaining, fully automated technology. From revolutionary consumer products close to home, like the Faro Focus, to the dynamic chariot line of peacekeeping robots halting bloodshed in conflict zones across the globe, Faro remains committed to making the future smarter, brighter, safer, and always surprising. Faro Automated Solutions. For every problem of life, a smart solution.
So they made the Focus. 25,000 people? That's bigger than a tribe. So they made machines and devices. I guess guess those things were common in their world.
Okay, reception log, July 7th, 2064, 9:54 a.m. Field Commandant Dang of the Indo-Malay Agricultural Combine arrived with his delegation. Refreshments to be served before their 10:15 a.m. sales presentation on the Chariot line. Per instructions, food will be vegetarian only. 10:07 a.m. Sander Agnew, Vice President of Territorial Integrity from Fresh Grounds Coffee Global, arrived with his entourage. Refreshments to be served before their 10:30 a.m. sales presentation on the Chariot line. Per instructions, we'll use Fresh Grounds Tacoma blend, no artificial creamers. 10:12 a.m. So that happened. Called security and janitorial to clean up the coffee that was spilled. Actually, more like thrown. I wasn't aware that the Indo-Malay Combine grows coffee beans and that Fresh Grounds, quote, acquisition team has tried to take their fields by force repeatedly. I think Commandant Dang had Agnew by the hair for a second there. Who schedules these things? I'm going to drop a line to sales. This can't happen again. Is this where we... No, okay.
What were they doing here?
It was a corporation. A group of people not unlike a tribe. And they made machines.
Yeah, go on.
I've uploaded some data files to your focus. They'll help you understand.
Okay. Bio, Elizabeth Sobeck. Elizabeth Sobeck, born March 11th, 2020, is an American scientist, roboticist, and engineer widely regarded as one of the greatest minds of the 21st century. Born and raised outside Carson City, Nevada, she enrolled at Stanford University at age 13, earning a BS in experimental physics and computer science at age 16. She completed her PhD in robotics and artificial intelligence design at Carnegie Mellon University in 2040 and joined Faro Automated Solutions as a junior scientist the same year, rising quickly to chief scientist at the age of 22. Over the next 8 years, her green robot designs played a vital role in realizing the environmental cleanup and detoxification efforts of the clawback decade, propelling FAS to the forefront of its field. In 2048, she suddenly resigned from FAS, protesting the company's pivot to automated military technologies. In 2049, she founded Miriam Technologies, a firm devoted to life-positive robotics and other technologies. Miriam has since become one of the world's largest suppliers of green robots, winning numerous awards and accolades, including the 2053 Nobel Prize for Physics and the 2056 Rachel Carson Award for Environmental Progress. Theodore Ted Faro, born December 24, 2013, is an American entrepreneur and business magnate. He is the founder of Faro Automated Solutions, FAS, the largest corporation of all time, the world's wealthiest individual, and the first ever trillionaire. Born and raised in Salt Lake City, Utah, he enrolled at the University of California, Los Angeles, where he studied business for 2 years before dropping out in 2033 to start FAS. Though it struggled at first, the company broke through at the end of the troubled 2030s with its popular lines of personal servitors and bodyguard bots, then exploded when its famous line of green robots led the race to solve the climate crisis during the 2040s clawback. At the end of the decade, FAS opened a military defense branch dominating the world market for automated military platforms by 2053. The success of FAS has made Mr. Faro the world's best-known businessman, one of its most sought-after speakers, and a major voice in politics, culture, and international affairs. I'm losing my ability to talk. Already. Thankfully, most of the data points we're going to get in here are audio, so we'll just listen to actual voice actors and people who sound good. Faro Automated Solutions is an American multinational corporate entity that produces robots for all walks of life, though its core business consists of military and defense contracts. As of 2063, FAS is ranked number 1 among the Fortune 5 by gross revenue and profit for 10 years in a row, a world record. Founded in 2033 by Theodore Ted Faro, an entrepreneur from Salt Lake City, Utah, the company developed several promising robot prototypes in its early years, but failed to break into markets dominated by then industry giants like General Synthetics and Recorp. This changed in 2038 with the debut of the Alfred line of levitating personal servitors, which generated exceptional sales, lifting the company onto the Fortune 50 for the first time. Profits tripled in the 2040s as the company's environmental efforts, led by famed engineer Elizabeth Sobek, catapulted FAS to the head of that sector. In 2049, in the wake of successful green and climate cleanup efforts around the globe, worldwide approval ratings of FAS exceeded 90%, and founder Ted Farrow was hailed across the media and social networks as the man who saved the world. Yet it was the emergence of FAS as a military contractor in the late 2040s that cemented its status as the world's wealthiest corporation, with a record market capitalization of over $23 trillion. By 2055, FAS controlled 61% of the market share for automated military platforms, holding contracts with 353 nations, trans-governmental organizations, and corporate entities. Today, its holdings exceed the second largest corporation, FBM Mobihal Global, by 321%. And a corporation? Noun? An association of individuals created under authority of law having existence, powers, and liabilities distinct from those of its members. In a business sense, a corporation is usually owned by shareholders through the sale or distribution of stock, who profit from such ownership, vote a designated time for its governance, and designate executives who run its affairs. Most corporations engage in one or more industries to produce goods or offer services for profit, and may in turn own other corporations, companies, or property as holdings. Yeah, I'm losing it.
Now, I know this must seem like a bizarre change in direction. I mean, we're Faro Automated Solutions, right? #1 robotics firm in the world. Why would we clear our production slate to fabricate human-operated vehicles and weapon systems, the relics of the past? All I can say at this juncture is, trust me, we will be exploiting a massive, growth opportunity by retooling and reallocating capacity according to my plan. So I will need revised projections of mass fabrication velocity across every pipeline within 36 hours.
So they were making machines, then they stopped to make other kinds of weapons? Why? Smell to it. Not even old death. Nothing natural.
Secret room.
Looks good.
Not much in here. Other than that one supply crate. But hey, resources are resources. I'm not complaining. From J. Friedkin to reception. Complaint. Hey, reception, if that is your real name. Want to know who's scheduled Indo-Malay right next to Fresh Grounds? That would be me, Senior VP of Sales. Want to know why? After that little hair-pulling incident, both sides increased their bids by 40%. I'll explain, because your receptionist level Blaine probably requires it. Those two sides are fighting, and what do we sell? That's right, combat machines. We want them to hate each other, so they will try to fight each other with, what? That's right again, combat machines, which is why they will pay us a lot, which they will pay us a lot of money for. So I suggest you go back to serving coffee with a blank smile and let me do a much, much more complicated job. Thanks a bunch, Mr. Friedkin, to you. That guy's also an ass.
Another cave-in. But I could get through.
For what it's worth, but, you know. Somehow,
Looks like I can climb here.
I forgot that was the thing that was going to happen. Oh, wait. More supply crates. God, Aloy. Look at that finger strength. I guess if you grew up doing it, it's not, you know, you get used to it, but...
Looks like the way up. What's left of it?
Okay, well, we'll hit that up later. In the meantime, let's see what we got in here.
The ACA-3 Scarab combines conventional and information warfare capabilities in one package. Designed for high-speed, all-terrain reconnaissance. It boasts the world's highest survivability rating of any Scout-class autonomous agent. Maybe it's the Scarab's emergency biomass conversion systems that ensure it always makes it back to base, even if fuel supply lines have been interdicted. Or maybe it's the Scarab's ability to slave enemy robots to its own network. Now that's force multiplication. Add a prehensile manipulator arm that can handle a host of functions, from 360-degree less lethal riot management to surgical repairs of Allied chariot line models, and you've got the workhorse of any cutting-edge peacekeeping fleet.
The Corruptor. Slave enemy robots to its own network. It sounds like it's talking about how it corrupts machines.
Okay, sorry. I thought it, yeah.
The BOR-7 Horus. Imagine your complete engagement ecosystem comprehensively managed by a high-speed learning machine network. Whether your need is to replace battlefield losses or intensify force projection, the Horus's onboard manufacturing capabilities mean you'll never get stuck waiting for the next arms delivery. Simply redefine your force parameters, and the Horus will fabricate additional units to fill the ranks for an affordable per-unit licensing fee. Meanwhile, the biomass conversion systems of other chariot line models allow them to keep the Horus fueled, repaired, and ready, extending its operational tolerances beyond that of any competing Titan-class platform. That's the Horus advantage. Always regulating, always ready. The future of automated warfare made real today.
The Metal Devil. So these were Faro machines too. Manufacturing capabilities. They can make more of themselves. Then how would you ever stop them?
The FSP-5 Kopesh provides a one-size-fits-all solution to main battle force capability. Metamaterial construction delivers unmatched recoil dampening, allowing you to field any weapon package that conforms to your budget needs and conflict resolution profile. Patented biomass conversion systems allow extended emergency operations with minimal environmental impact. Multilinear target processing provides simultaneous real-time threat analysis and legal review for autonomous domestic operations. Or control can be slaved to the swarm's neural network for weapons-free force application. Either way, when it's time to call out the big guns, it's time to call Kopesh.
The Deathbringer. So this was the heavy hitter. Main battle force indeed.
So yeah, we can see a little bit more details about some of these, the origins of some of these robots that we're fighting and seeing. I haven't been paying too much attention to the Metal Devils, but next time we get close to one, we'll take a closer look at it. Hey, this is Spiritual Summit from Ted Farah to Paula Vassara. Subject, Spiritual Summit. Paula, recent events have sharpened my perspective, and I think that I and FAS in general have been neglecting the spiritual side of things. Not under any specific religious framework, of course, but more of a general sense, as in not giving enough thought to our shared values, hopes, and aspirations for the afterlife. I'd like you to reach out to religious leaders of every stripe with the intention of scheduling a conference soon, very soon. I'll have more thoughts about the agenda later, but for now, let's put out some feelers and see if we can lock something in. Make it a big tent. No cooks, but anyone with a credible audience. No kooks, but anyone with a credible audience. Let's go deluxe. Make it clear we'll spare no expense. Thanks, Ted. FAS campus log. High priority alert. Automated log note. All non-essential systems have entered hibernation. High priority alert. Automated log note. Full lockdown has been initiated. High priority alert. Due to the increasing frequency of violent protests targeting the campus, the security of FAS employees can no longer be guaranteed. Therefore, we have taken the difficult decision to shutter this facility indefinitely. Staff will be briefed on a block-by-block basis regarding proper procedure for archiving and/or disposal of project-related data and material. HiSec and a crisis team will then conduct an exit review before all areas are locked down. High priority alert. Priority message to all staff in ENF blocks. Treat the current lockdown situation as an exercise, but do not attempt to release the hashes or otherwise exit the buildings. High priority alert. A reminder that while HiSec personnel remain committed to employee safety during the current unfortunate events, personal firearms must be relinquished when presenting for identiscan. High priority alert. Additional public access roads en route to the campus have been closed to relieve waiting time at the outer security cordons. HiSec reminds all staff that the campus remains off limits to the public. High priority alert. Following recent campus security issues, all staff are reminded that presenting for identiscan and displaying your security badge prominently at all times for image and analytics are both mandatory. High priority alert. In light of the recent acts of terrorism directed at the rapid transit system, HiSec now offers a Big Brother initiative to accompany staff traveling from off-site. Sign up is required and strongly encouraged. 48 more entries in high priority, additional entries corrupted.
So people were angry at Faro, the corporation. They blamed this place for something. Something bad.
I guess this is just a little conference room with nothing in it. That seems to be everything we can find on this level, so we can go ahead and climb up this elevator shaft.
Gonna be a long way up. Frozen metal most of the way. Not making this easy, Dr. Sobek. If plants can find a way to hang on up here, guess I can too.
Oh.
Frost on my eyelashes.
Oh, it's an audio one.
This began when they engaged in unauthorized offensive operations against robots and human personnel of the Hearts Timor Energy Combine. Now, I wish that I could relate that the crisis has been exaggerated, but it's not. The peacekeepers have not responded to stand-down codes, and by all signs, they appear to be replicating at a precipitous rate. Now, what I can promise, can absolutely assure you, is that I am already devoting every possible resource towards reaching a speedy conclusion to this issue. So when you hear the bad talk about us, against this company in the days, maybe weeks to come. Just bear in mind that we will get past this. That a day's coming when none of this will matter.
Peacekeepers. That's what they called their machines. They were built for war, not peace.
Preach it, Aloy. Okay, I'm sorry I keep popping in here, but I'm trying to make sure I'm not missing any data points, because they are pretty relevant to the story here. Okay, all hands on deck from Gordon Nakata to Gina Zierman. Subject, all hands on deck. Gina, ever hear about the Melville Island Fruit Association? Neither had I until they filed suit against us this morning. Apparently there's a little island paradise off the coast of Australia, population 2,700, all of whom hate us now that a Stray Hearts Teamer unit is chowing down on their largest mango orchard. That brings the official count of Heart Team-related lawsuits to 127, most of them from private companies, but also a bunch from individuals, nation-states, and NGOs, and that's not even counting the mother of all liability claims from Hearts itself. Call every external firm we've ever used and call their competitors. We're going to need every corporate defense lawyer we can find who's still half sober and on the bar. Now, I think I missed one. Somewhere. Maybe it's like... Oh, we jumped down from there. Screw it. I'll come back for it and look it up. If it ends up being true that I did miss one, I'll just look it up and then we'll edit it in or something. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Got too much already.
That's right. Oh, here it is. We're good. Okay. Bandacy incident from Stacey Anders to Robert Rescher. Subject Dolphin Vid. Bob, another problem to add to our big steaming pile. Apparently a fisherman in the Banda Sea captured a video of a Hart's Timor Horus unit refueling via biomatter conversion along the shoreline of Palowetar on a pod of endangered dolphins, no less. Quite possibly the last of their kind. Not to get graphic, but it looks like what happens inside a blender, as if the robot was whipping up a big pink swirling milkshake of dolphin chum. Our suppression team has scrubbed it from 43 networks, but it's still propagating, so it's only a matter of time before it goes viral. A prepared statement feels grossly insufficient. Any suggestions? This one's a real stinker. Stacey Anders, VP/PRFAS. Yeah. I feel bad for PR people. This is just, a personal, I feel bad for PR people, anyways. She's definitely right about that one being a real stinker.
A way up. Good handholds. All right, made it. Wonder what we'll find.
Okay. Now we did make it, and there's some fucking baller ass shit that's about to go down here, but first, what a scrapper lens is doing up here, I have no idea. But we can climb up the rest of this skyscraper. There's some fancy handholds that were installed here by Ted Farrow, at a guess. And a power cell.
Cells. What do they do?
She doesn't know what they do, but I do. And we'll find them. And we'll put them to use sooner or later. Just checking out the view before we... Really, like, the craziest fucking shit in the world. Just like, why would you... Yeah, okay, buddy. Good job there. Excuse me. Alrighty.
All data is being erased from this device. Do you wish to deploy alpha privileges to recover purged data?
Oh yes, I believe I do.
A file has been recovered.
Elizabeth, good to, it's been years.
Where's your legal team, Ted?
No need. I dropped all 18 lawsuits the moment you landed. I assume your data confirms this.
Alright, this promises to be interesting.
Perhaps we could have lunch brought in. Get reacquainted.
I know you, Ted. You screwed something up, something big, or you wouldn't have eaten the crow necessary to get me here. So, spit it out.
There's a glitch in the chariot line.
Your killer robots?
Peacekeepers, yes, those.
So shut them down.
Obviously, Liz, we would, if we could. They're not responding.
Are you telling me a swarm has gone rogue, Ted?
It's worse than that.
Show me the data then. And I'll take that lunch. Alone.
Ted Farrow brought Elizabeth Sobek here, but they hated each other.
Another file has been recovered.
This isn't a glitch. It's a catastrophe.
Fully aware. It's bad.
Bad?
Jesus, Liz.
It's not bad, Ted. It's apocalyptic. You built a line of killer robots.
Peacekeepers.
That consume biomass as fuel.
In emergencies.
And you made them capable of self-replication.
Limited, self-manufacture, controlled.
Not anymore. The glitch severed chain of command. The only nation this swarm answers to now is itself.
You think I did?
Everything else is just food. And at the rate it's replicating, Ted, it will strip the Earth bare in 15 months. We're not talking fall of civilization. We're talking extinction.
I get it, Liz. So how do I stop it while it's contained?
It's not contained. It can't be.
You know what I mean?
Right. Before the truth gets out, you mean?
Liz, I will do anything you say. Keep working it, and whatever you recommend, I'll do.
I'm gonna hold you to that, Ted. The Faro robots threatened all life on Earth. But somehow she defeated them. The world of the old ones fell, but life went on, or we wouldn't be here.
A final file has been recovered.
Project Zero Dawn. Jesus, Liz. There has to be another way.
If there were a nicer way to fix your mess, I would have proposed it.
But this? This? When I asked you to find a cure, I didn't expect it to be worse than the disease.
It's not, Ted. It may be grim, but it's our only chance. Now sign the proposal.
Sign it? I can't sign that.
Yes, you can.
That? Liz, I cannot in good conscience sign that.
You've got a choice, Ted.
I know.
I am speaking to you from a VTOL en route to U.S. Robot Command. In 15 minutes, I meet with General Harris and the rest of the Joint Chiefs.
What? Are you crazy?
Now your choice is what I tell them. Sign, and I'll tell them the wealthiest corporation on Earth has guaranteed the funds necessary to build Zero Dawn. Exactly as I've designed it. Or don't sign, and I will make sure they and everyone else on this planet knows the real cause of the glitch.
Jesus, Liz. You don't have to threaten me. I'll sign.
Look on the bright side, Ted. From here on out, you get to do what you've always been good at. Footing the bill while others get their hands dirty.
God forgive me.
What made her solution so terrible? What did she do to stop the robots?
Executive access detected. Express lift opened.
This doesn't add up. Sobek couldn't have been my mother. She lived ages ago. All this searching, and I'm still no closer.
That's your reaction to everything you've just learned? To whine like a spoiled child?
You should really try talking that way to me face to face.
As you wish. Do you really have no idea how monumental are the discoveries you just made, Aloy? I expected more of you.
So, you have a face. Got a name to go with it?
Of all the questions you could ask right now, that's the one you choose. I've spent decades searching the ruins of the older ones, trying to solve the mystery of what happened to them. For years, I've suspected that Thero robots destroyed their civilization, but I could never confirm it. And in minutes, you uncover more ancient knowledge than I have in a lifetime, and what you want to know is my name. Silence. That's my name. Now, why don't you try asking another question? Something less trivial.
You have no idea what I've been through. How hard it's been. My whole life, I grew up not knowing who I am or where I came from, and then come the Eclipse trying to kill me just because I look like this Elizabeth Sobek woman.
And they killed the man who raised you and you found in the mountain as a baby. I already know this through your focus.
The point is, every time I take a step forward, the answers slip farther from my grasp. You just don't understand.
It's not that I don't understand, Aloy. It's that I don't care. If the answers keep slipping away every step you take, then you best start running to catch up. Maybe then you'll realize just how big your problems really are.
What exactly are you talking about?
You've chased a personal riddle into a crowd of larger mysteries. The common thread is your connection to Elizabeth Sobek.
But what is that connection? She couldn't have been my mother if she lived centuries ago.
We don't know the connection yet. The only way to find out is to keep going, to keep making discoveries. Thanks to you, we've only just now learned that Pharaoh robots once threatened to end life on Earth.
But it didn't happen. The Old One's civilization was destroyed, but life was saved.
Obviously. So, what did Elizabeth do? How did she stop the robots before all was lost?
What was Project Zero Dawn?
Exactly the question. Now, are you ready to go get the answer?
Of course I am.
Then why are you still standing here?
Not so fast, Silence. You've got some explaining to do.
I've told you quite enough. If you still got questions, be quick about it and stop wasting my time.
So far as I can tell, the Eclipse are just following orders. It's Hades who wants me dead. Who is he?
I don't know. The Eclipse described him as a buried shadow, some kind of devil.
That thing that spoke to me outside, that made that focus explode. That was Hades? It didn't seem like a person or a machine. More like a phantom. With a terrible voice.
All that's certain is that he wants you dead.
Because of my connection to Elizabeth. Has to be.
Hades is using the Eclipse to resurrect Pharaoh robots.
But if Elizabeth found a way to stop them centuries ago, if she made special weapons, maybe Hades is worried I'll do the same thing.
In some of the ancient data I've recovered, there are hints of so-called super weapons being developed. Maybe to stop the robots, the civilization of the old ones had to destroy itself. Now if that's enough talking, be on your way.
Oh no. I'm just getting started. You've been getting a free ride on my focus, risking nothing while I risk everything. All I have to do is take this thing off my head, and you'll be blind, deaf, and dumb. So quit complaining and answer my questions.
Very well. Proceed.
You said you've known for some time that Pharaoh war machines destroyed the civilization of the old ones.
The evidence pointed that way. But until now, I never knew the full scope of their danger. That they could process organic matter into fuel, or that the Horus class could manufacture more robots. Like a cauldron on legs.
But the robots we've seen so far, the Corruptors and Deathbringers, they don't do those things.
Not yet, anyway. So far, we haven't encountered any that are undamaged. At full power, who knows what they're capable of?
Who are you, Silence? And what are your intentions?
You really need to make this personal? I'm a lone wanderer who left his tribe behind a long time ago. An explorer of forbidden places, a searcher of lost knowledge. Exactly as I said.
Why do you know so much about the Eclipse?
I happen to know a lot about a lot of things. If what you're really asking is whether I work for the Eclipse or anyone else, I don't. I am nothing if not independent.
You've been using my focus to spy on me. How's that possible?
Every focus emits a signal, a voice, that only other focuses can hear. I know how to string those voices together, how to make them talk to each other, to communicate, even over vast distances.
How do you learn to do that?
Years of study and experimentation. In principle, it's not so different from how you override machines. I override focuses.
And you can spy through other Eclipse's focuses too.
Usually. All I'll say is that overriding the connections is complicated.
Is there any chance that Elizabeth Sobek could still be alive somehow?
It's highly unlikely, but not impossible. Some of the ancient data I've recovered includes mentions of life extension techniques. Pharmaceuticals, mostly, an ancient word for medicine. But some were still trying to perfect ways of freezing and unfreezing people.
Freezing and unfreezing people?
Cryogenics, they called it. But there were problems with it. Given Elizabeth's technological acumen, I can't definitively rule out that she found a way to make herself immortal. But this is speculation. Wasting time.
Elizabeth told Ted Faro she was headed for a place called US Robot Command to tell people about Zero Dawn.
The place still exists as a ruin. The Asaram call it the Grave Horde.
Grave Horde? Cheery name.
You'll find it in the Eastern Mountains, buried under the tangled coils of a metal devil, or a BOR-7 Horus, rather, as we're learning to call them. I'll contact you when you get there.
I can't wait. Someday we'll meet in person, and your manners had better be improved. Well, getting down will be a lot faster than getting up here, at least. US Robot Command next. To learn the secrets of Zero Dawn.
Okay. We leveled up and got so ammo crafter. Craft additional ammo from the same amount of resources. Excellent ability. Yeah, very important. And we're going to get rid of all these ugly exclamation points. There we go. Go ahead and fell down. And this is going to be the end of part 21, I'm pretty sure. Can't go through that door. I found it.
Snow.
Okay.
Prickles on my skin.
So we'll get back outside and make it to a campfire and save. But this is going to be the end of part 21. This is definitely the longest part that I've recorded by quite a bit. But I didn't want to split that main dungeon into multiple parts. Because that would just be honestly kind of dumb. Let's see here. When we come back in the next part, we'll probably just kind of head back in the general direction of Meridian. Maybe knock out the last couple of tall necks. I'm not too sure yet. It's probably, you know. Oh, I see. I wonder if I can... Hold on. This is a dumb thing, but I'm curious because I don't think I ever noticed this before. Yeah. I mean, it amounts to nothing other than it's just a minor shortcut. Yeah. But that's fine. So yeah, we just learned a lot about what happened to the old ones. There's still more questions that we're going to have answered in the future. But we're finally starting to get a little bit more information about what's going on here, so that's good. And since the main quest now is going to take us back to the Nora lands, it's going to be all the way over here near where the DLC stuff starts that we're not going to do anytime soon. But since we're going to be heading that direction anyways, we're going to finally be able to go start doing those hunting grounds and things. I don't remember what you need for Valley Meat, but we'll look at it when we get there and we'll figure that out. Probably gonna dick around and do some side quests and stuff like that before we really get too far into that. But you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, and that's still gonna be probably quite some time from now. So thank you for watching. Apologize for how long this part is going to end up being, but I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. So thanks again for watching. We'll see you all in the next one, and I hope you have a wonderful day.